Hey everybody, it's Greg Harrelson here with the Level Up podcast. I'm glad to be with you again and share another short episode on some strategies, give you some information on what it can what it takes right now to take more listings. Listen, you all are listening to different podcasts, watching YouTube videos, doing everything you can to learn about the real estate industry and growing your production. I'm still in production myself in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and throughout the state of South Carolina and North Carolina. And I'm just noticing in all the markets that I'm in, I just noticed that fewer people are taking listings. And I'm not just talking about, if you really look and analyze the market right now, if you really pay attention to the industry, it's not because there's fewer listings coming onto the market in general. I mean, there's plenty of listings coming on the market. Yes, it might be less than other markets, but there's plenty of listings coming on the market. But there's just fewer listing agents listing properties. If you look at it, the top listing agents in every market, they seem to just dominate the market share for new listings. Then there's that bottom tier that just don't do one. They don't take one listing. And then, of course, there's that middle tier, and that's the tier that I'm talking about, that middle portion of real estate agents who used to take a few listings every once in a while. Maybe they took one a month, maybe they took two a month. That's the group that seems to be taking no listings right now. So it seems like there's a tremendous amount of people taking no listings, and there's a few people taking a lot of listings in any market. So I wanted to talk about, today on the podcast, I wanted to talk about why agents are taking less listings, because I have an opinion. And if you followed the Level Up podcast long enough, you probably know that I have pretty strong opinions on the industry. But I believe that my opinions are warranted. I do have street credibility, meaning I still take 10, 15 listings in a month. I do that consistently while running my brokerages. So I feel like I have some good advice. And let me just share with you what I've observed over the last few years in the real estate industry, and most in particular, the activities of the real estate agents as to why agents are taking less listings. The first thing that I will say to you is this. I believe they're taking less listings because they're talking to fewer people. We've got to talk to more people. It's as simple as that. We are distracted as an industry. There's so many things out there distracting us. There's so many ways that we're being told that we can do this in less time and with less effort. Don't have to talk to people. Never cold call again. And I'm not trying to convince you to cold call by any means, but what I am saying is it's just a fundamental law. If you want closings, you must have contacts. There's never been a closing that I've ever heard of that's ever taken place that did not originate in a conversation. So every transaction starts in a conversation. So if we all will believe that and make that a truth, then here's what we know. Conversations lead to contracts. So if we want more contracts, have more conversations. It's just as simple as that. One reason why people are taking less listings, agents are taking less listings, because they're talking to less people. We just need to start talking to more people. It's as simple as that. I don't want to overcomplicate this. I don't need to sell you a $99 video to tell you that if we talk to more people, we're going to get more listings. You know that. I just hope that, maybe you'll listen and today this will inspire you to talk to a few more people than you would have if you didn't listen to the podcast today. The next thing that I wrote down as to why agents are taking less listings is agents are delegating everything. Now, I believe in delegation. I think it's very, very important. But stop delegating lead generation. Take back ownership of lead generation. Because lead generation that's the fuel that runs your business. That's the fuel that generates your production, that generates your revenue. I think you must be involved in lead generation. Stop delegating it. We're giving it to ISAs. Now, I'm pro ISA. We have ISAs, but it's not to replace us, it's to enhance the things that we do, not to replace us. We've got to stop delegating the lead generation activities, which is one of the most important things in our business. We've just gone too far with delegation. The next one that I have here is agents are buying seller leads. I have no problem with that. Buying seller leads, but don't understand that online seller leads are extremely top of funnel leads. I love top of funnel leads, but if you don't understand that they're top of funnel leads, then you're not going to understand that it takes 12 months or more to convert at a good ratio. So people are delegating lead generation, they're buying their online seller leads, and they're frustrated that the leads stink, but the leads don't stink, they just take 12 plus months on average. And so what happens is they'll buy leads, and then they'll neglect the leads. So now it's a double whammy. Not only are they not generating listings, but they're spending money to not generating listings and to take them off of their focus of lead generation. It's amazing. Most of the new products, most of the new shiny objects that are promised to build your business are the very reasons that your business is going down. Again, obviously I'm straightforward with you all because that's what Greg Harrelson and Level Up Podcast and our coaching company, the Real Estate Sales Solutions, that's what we do. It's like, let's just be transparent and let's talk about the things that we need to talk about. Let's not avoid, let's not manipulate and trick and persuade and influence people to do things that are just not going to work. Look, online seller leads is a great way to build your listing business, but you just got to understand it takes 12 months or more to convert. The next one I have here is just spending money on all kinds of marketing where the results are unpredictable. See, I believe, and I've always been coached, that whatever I do, make sure I can predict the results and it's duplicatable. I can not only predict, like if I make have this many conversations, I'll get this many appointments and this many listings. That's predictable, okay? It's also duplicatable. So reevaluate your expenses right now and ask yourself, what are you spending that money on that's not predictable and not duplicatable? Because I believe that's keeping people from generating more listings. The last one I have here is people are focusing on branding. People are focusing on their identity and their influencer identity on Instagram. People are talking about like all these great marketing things that they're doing. Everyone's focusing on team building, and I believe team building is a big thing, and I think it's important. But everyone's focusing on team building. People forgot we need to focus on production. We need to focus on production. You know, I'll leave you with this. I coached a small group in my office for the last 31 days. Actually, today's the 31st day. And the group, it was a group that I kind of set up within the offices that I run throughout the Carolinas. And we talked about what it's going to take to set more appointments in the month. So, all the conversations are about listing appointments. Let's set more appointments. And what was great is, I shared with them, hey, stop doing the things that you're currently doing that are not really producing much results. And let's start doing the things that we know that we can predict and we can duplicate that do produce results, like lead generation. Multiple of those agents set 20 plus appointments in the last 31 days. Multiple. I'm thinking of this one girl in the office who had never set more than one appointment in a month, set 9 in the last 31 days. See, all of that's possible if we will focus on doing less of what's not working and start doing what we've always been told works. All right. Hey, this is Greg Harrelson. Thank you so much for listening, tuning in to another episode of the Level Up Podcast. I'm going to bring more shorter conversations that are extremely strategic and tactical, where you don't have to spend 45 minutes or 60 minutes on a podcast to pull out some value. I'm going to keep these things under 15 minutes. Not all of them. I'm going to have some great guests also in the future, but I'm just going to focus on keeping these things a little bit shorter to make sure that you're getting value. It's effective, it's efficient, and you can leave this podcast, this episode, take action, and build your production. Please please like, subscribe to the podcast. If you see this on YouTube, please subscribe and maybe give me a thumbs up on the YouTube channel. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.